Welcome to playoff weekend for the 2021 NBA season.
Oh my gosh, the time has come. We have playoffs underway.
As we speak right now,
The Mavericks are playing the fourth quarter crunch time. What's the score?
103 to 100. Dallas just went up with a 3-point shot. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to go.
Well,
Let's start with Dallas and let's start with the LA Clippers. Who do you think is going to win that series?
I think that series. No, you start. You start. Who do you think is gonna put? Who's gonna destroy the other team?
I think the Clippers are the Clippers. Obviously, I'm a little biased because being a Lakers fan my whole life, I've watched the Clippers just constantly fail and just fall short. So until they show me otherwise, I think they're gonna do the same thing. But I think they'll get past Dallas just because of the powerhouse that they have in Kawhi Leonard. He's just too good to not get beat. I think they'll lose to who they play in the next round. So I know last year they had a lot of trouble with the Nuggets, but they could get lucky. I mean, you guys know the Clippers purposely tanked to avoid the Lakers until the conference finals. So now their path is going to be the Mavs and the winner of the Jazz and Memphis series. So yeah, I got the Clips taking this in 6 games.
I agree. I feel Kawhi Leonard and Paul George can nail it. I feel because, Pandemic P. I don't know what happened with that, but I think the Clippers are going to take it. But the Dallas Mavericks will still give a fight. Every single game will go down to the wire.
I agree with that.
That's my prediction.
Yeah.
But the Clippers, I feel they're stronger. Not in the sense that they're stronger. It's just Dallas Mavericks just need a third player. They have Porzingis, they have Luka Doncic, but I feel there's a missing player there. A missing piece. For the next season, hopefully he can win, but we don't know yet. That's my prediction. So we say Clippers, right?
Yep, Clippers in 6.
Okay, now we're going up there. Utah Jazz versus the Memphis Grizzlies. The winner of this game goes with the Clippers that we predicted.
Yep.
So Jazz for Memphis. I'd probably say the Jazz are gonna sweep the Memphis Grizzlies for 4 games. What about you? What do you think?
I don't think it'll be a sweep, but I think they'll win it in 5 games. So, Memphis shouldn't even be in the playoffs. If you were watching the game last night versus the Warriors, they had a great chance to close the game out when it was tied to avoid going to the overtime. But Steve Kerr's style is to not call a timeout when there's less than 24 seconds on the clock and it's a 1 or 2 possession game. He doesn't like to use the timeout. He likes to put the pressure on the defense of the team. Normally that works out. It's a great strategy because you have the best ball handler in the NBA in Steph Curry, so it makes sense. But man, that should have been Wiggins at the top of the key, not Draymond.
Wiggins had a bad night last night.
He had a bad shooting night, but he was dominant in the paint. When you're as athletic as him, you don't miss a dunk. And you saw what Draymond did. He got the ball, and he looked like it was his first time playing basketball. He didn't know what to do. So I put that loss all on Steve Kerr's shoulder to not call a timeout and draw up a better play than that, because you don't have your playmakers, Steve. You don't have Kevin Durant and Cloud there. So that's why that didn't work. That's why the ball went to Draymond's hands. So that's it. Steve Kerr blew that game, and it should be the Jazz versus the Warriors, which would have been a much more competitive series. Memphis is great. They have a lot of up-and-coming players, but no one really.
It's the youngest team in the NBA
right now. It's crunch time, and if you've ever watched playoff basketball, you see the game slows down. It becomes much more half-court. So that means transitional points, athleticism, your youth, your explosion kind of gets neutralized in the playoffs. So I just feel like Donovan Mitchell just has a better supporting cast, and they're just going to pull through.
We both say Jazz is going to pass. I say a sweep. You say
5 games.
5 games.
All right.
Okay, we're going Denver Nuggets versus the Trailblazers. Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard versus Jokic. Wow. Okay, my prediction is going to go to a probably 6 games or 7 games. I'm right between, but I feel the Denver Nuggets are going to win because Facundo Campazzo is having a tremendous season. I feel he's a really good player, really good point guard. I'm not being biased at all. So guys, Jokic as well. They have a good team, and I feel the Denver Nuggets are gonna take Dame. I know Damian Lillard would say Dame time, but there's never going to be a Dame time at all for my prediction. I feel the Denver Nuggets are gonna take it in 6 games.
I agree. 6 games for the Nuggets. I mean, again, Damian is an amazing regular season player, but again, until we see something happen in the playoffs, I'm not convinced. So, I love Portland, love the way they play, wish they could do better, but there's just a few pieces always missing from Portland's roster, unfortunately, and Damian just needs a little bit more help over there. So I don't see them be able to get past the Nuggets, who I feel like are even better than they were last year, where they went to the conference finals and gave the Lakers a real series.
Yeah,
so.
5 series. So.
Yeah, it was a short, but those games they were
they were game 2
they were
without
hard.
LeBron.
Yeah, they were hard.
An
They
AD
were
game
close
winner.
games. Yeah, so I know it was a fight, but they smashed the Clippers. So I feel like they're a dangerous
Yeah, they were
team.
down by 3-1 as well.
Yeah,
The
so.
late Clippers blew that lead.
Right.
So yeah, now CP3 playing against
The Los Angeles Lakers.
LeBron James versus CP3.
We know how that goes. So, CP3, great, just like, Damian Lillard, little Peyton Manning, little reputation there being great when it really doesn't matter in the regular season, then kind of disappearing in the big spotlight. Granted, Chris Paul is pretty close with James Harden, and they ran into that, amazing Warriors team. But, he's had his opportunities. So maybe I'm being too hard on him. I should be mad at David Stern for vetoing a trade all those years ago to have him come here and play with Kobe Bryant to win a bunch of championships.
Yeah, CP3.
So I feel bad for
Going to
CP3.
that.
I really do. Hopefully he'll come play for us next year. We'd love to have
He hasn't
him.
yet a point guard.
Yeah, but
Dennis Schroeder, yes.
we're gonna crush the Suns. They're just not a playoff team. They're just not ready. Chris Paul is the most seasoned player on that team, and he has never gotten out of the second round. So.
My prediction is good. How many games?
Lakers will win in 6.
I'm saying 6 games, Lakers, because CP3 doesn't have the ring yet, and he didn't even get into the conference finals. So yeah, that's my prediction. Game 6 games, Lakers are gonna take it. Well, guys, now we're moving to the East Coast. So we have Philadelphia 76ers versus the Wizards.
Oh man, as much as
Westbrook.
as much as Westbrook, not the greatest fan of him, gotta give him props for just single-handedly getting his team into the playoffs with sheer will alone and just his dogged determination.
And
so,
feel.
been watching Russ for a long time, guys. I'm an East LA Bruin, so I've been watching Russ since his freshman year there. So, followed him pretty closely. So I feel like I got a good opinion on him. But it's going to be the same thing. 76ers have too many weapons and tools, and they're just going to kind of plow through this. I would be amazed if they could make this more than a 5-game series. What about you?
My prediction is going to be 76ers going to take it and 5 games, 4-1. The Wizards have Beal and Russell Westbrook, but it won't be enough. It's just you don't have a center. You don't have a center to fight with Joel Embiid. It's just a lot of weapons some of these users have that no team can actually. For now, Wizards. It's just Wizards are not a small team, but it's not like a team that's gonna make it too far.
No.
It is a team just being in the playoffs, not lucky, but
No, that's what happens when Westbrook's your best player. That's what he does. He gets you there, but that's as far as you're gonna get. Because one player can't win a championship. So until he learns to be a team player and then make the players around him better, like when you see LeBron get on the court, everyone's just better, So Russell could command that kind of presence, but everyone knows he's going to put his head out and dribble, so he's easier to defend. If he knew how to spread the floor a little bit better and have a little bit higher basketball IQ, he could be just as good as LeBron.
Okay, now we're moving to the Knicks Hawks. What a great match!
Yeah, I think it's exciting for Knicks fans. You guys really deserve it. You guys are
Last
very
time,
loyal fan base.
2013.
And even then, before then, you guys honestly have not been good since Patrick Ewing was playing back when I was young, before this guy was even born. So much props to the faithful Knickerbockers is the actual, so I know most of you kids out there wouldn't know that, but yeah, it's the New York Knickerbockers.
Okay, series. How many games?
This one's tough to call. I wouldn't want to bet on this one. So, you can kind of flip a coin, but I'm going to go with the historic franchise of the Knicks, so I just kind of want to see them do well. But at the same time, the Hawks might give them some trouble. So I think this will go 7 games and the Hawks will take it. What about you?
I'm saying 7 games and the Knicks are gonna take it.
Nice.
First time we're falling apart.
Should be a close series either way.
Yeah.
It should. These teams are pretty well matched.
And we have an update. The Mavs, it seems like they won Game 1.
It's the Clippers. No surprise. Well, as usual.
Okay.
So good job on skidding down to get to a lower seed and to still lose your first playoff game. Good job, Clipper Nation. Anyways, moving on.
Anyways, Bucks versus the Miami Heat. This morning we had that game. We had overtime and everything so intense.
This is by far the best matchup of the first round, I think. I mean, these are two teams that met in the Eastern Conference Finals last time.
It was an upset.
It was a major upset, so there's revenge on the mind of the Bucks. They
Giannis won that ring. That ring. He wants it so bad. But yeah. How many series do you think this game is gonna go?
I mean, it's got to go 7 games, but the Heat's gonna take it. Jimmy Butler, it just has too much ice in his veins, and again, until Giannis can show me that he's able to have that same sort of ice, I'm gonna go with Jimmy Butler. So
my prediction is that the Bucks are gonna take it. Okay, move on. We have the Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum taking on Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. Wow.
Boston has just limped into the playoffs. There was talk about, Brad Stevens kind of on his way out. So I'm not sure how I feel about Boston right now, just from hearing all the inner turmoil in that locker room. They don't feel like they're a team. However, they do have one of the best individual players and leaders in the game in Jason Tatum, and he really willed them to go ahead and get into the playoffs and win the play-in game. So ultimately, the Nets are going to take this series in 6 games, I would say. Not 5 or 4, because I still feel like they're still finding their chemistry. They never really got a good start to the season.
Yeah, as well, the big three, James Harden, Kyrie, and Kevin Durant, never played. They only played like half the season. So yeah.
Yeah, so this will be a good warm-up kind of series for the Nets. So that's why I say 6 games instead of 5 or 4.
I'm going with you. I'm saying 6 games as well.
Yeah, because Jason Tatum's just gonna win 2 games just on his own, just because.
Yeah, he's gonna drop like 60.
He's just such a winner. He's such a warrior. He'll keep fighting and fighting. So
yeah.
That's pretty much it for the first round. So we'll be back next week for the
next week.
Or we'll probably it's about a week and a half, right? We'll be back with the next round.
Maybe. I don't know how the games because they were gonna start maybe other games and then the series will just unbalance.
But give our audience your prediction for the finals right now, so they know we called it ahead of time.
Prediction for the Western.
The Lakers will be representing the West. On the East, it's tough to say. I want the Nets to kind of make it, but I just don't know if they're gonna kind of be able to pull through. So, I'm actually gonna go with the repeat of last year's rematch. I think it's gonna be Nets and Heat again. All right, I think Eric Spoelstra is
Lakers.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lakers and the Heat. I think Eric Spoelstra is just that good of a coach, and he's proven it by rebuilding this team. And he got there last year, made the major upset. So I think the Heat will match with the Lakers. How about you?
I'm saying the NBA Finals is gonna be. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, for the East, I'm saying the Nets, and for the West, I'm between Lakers or Nuggets. But I'm gonna say the Lakers because Nuggets do not have Jamal Murray, and that'll be a really important key.
If he doesn't make it back in time, they're not going to get to the finals.
So. We never know. It's basketball. We'll leave the video here, guys. Drop a like, right?
Like and subscribe. Let us know your predictions. Who do you think is going to win? Let us know. Go ahead and post them in the comments below.
Yeah. The Warriors lost yesterday, guys. I can't believe it. But guys, who are you going for? The Lakers, right? For the season?
Going for the Lakers. I mean, we'll see. We're kind of limping in, the playoffs, but we got old man LeBron to kind of hold down the team, so I think we'll win. Mostly because I don't really see a team that's just that much greater than us,
Yeah. My prediction, what I'm saying, the team I'm going for is the Denver Nuggets. Of course, I was going for the Warriors, but Warriors got eliminated. So I'm going for the Denver Nuggets. You know why? Because there's an Argentinian there, and I'm going with him. Facundo Campazzo. So guys, we will leave the video here. Drop a like, subscribe, comment down below who's going to win the NBA Finals for you guys. And until next time, until maybe next week, right?
Yes, we'll give you an update mid-playoffs.
Mid-playoffs. Until next time.
Mid-first round.
Yeah. Peace.